right, welcome to what the hell are you talking about? What the fuck are we talking about today?
All right, so we're gonna get into a lot of NBA stuff. We're gonna get into the Knicks trade, Anthony Davis trade, a lot of stuff. Anthony Davis possible trade, I should say. But first, we got to talk about what everybody's talking about: the Super Bowl, which was the most uneventful 2 weeks I've ever seen hype around a Super Bowl. Like there was no hype, there was no stories.
Well, I'll give you a reason why. Because the NBA stole headlines from the NFL
Yeah,
once again.
definitely,
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? Like they took headlines the week before, like the week of the NFC Championship with Anthony Davis demanding a trade,
Mm-hmm.
and last week they stole headlines with the Porzingis trade.
Right.
So that pretty much took all the wind out of the sails of the NFL, and it was a boring game, as you just said. But the ratings are in, and it was the least watched Super Bowl in 10 years.
Yeah, like nobody cared. Like I didn't care. I usually kind of root for the Patriots, but the last couple of years I've been rooting against them because I'm tired of seeing them. And then when they beat the Chiefs, I immediately became interested in the Super Bowl for the most part. Like I watched it, but I was just like, here we go again. Like I don't want to see the Patriots again. But here we are again. Who knows how much longer it's gonna last? Because even though this was a pretty weak Patriots team, to be honest, like I didn't think that they were that good, and I thought that somebody would knock them off with all the good teams in the AFC this year. I thought somebody would, but didn't happen. They got there, and if it would have been much, the only way it would have been more interesting with them in it is if maybe Drew Brees got there, which most people think they should have been there anyway. But that's the only way. It would have been interesting to see Brees versus Brady, and to be honest, both of them wouldn't have been great anyway. It would have been the rest of their team that picked them up because Brady wasn't great yesterday. He was okay. He wasn't terrible or anything, but he wasn't great. Durant's defense showed up, um, and we all know Breeze has been kind of throughout as the weeks went on hasn't been as good week by week. So it would have been like both defenses would have been carrying them. So we'll just talk about the two teams that's in it now. So like I said, the Rams defense carried. Both teams' defense was great, obviously, because the final score was 13-3. But nobody expected that much defense from the Rams, who usually scores a lot of points, and the Patriots, who can score on pretty much anybody, even without the fact that they don't have a whole lot of talent. I mean, they still have guys that bit. They got Edelman, they got Gronk, but they're not the same players anymore, especially Gronk. Edelman kind of got better as the year went on, coming off that ACL, but and he was good. He was like really like he was 10 catches. He was damn good, but like it was just like Brady threw that early interception. I'm like, okay, Rams are in business, and they couldn't do nothing with it. And Brady gets all the way down the field again, and then they miss a field goal. It's just like, damn, like
Yeah, it was an interesting Super Bowl. I'll tell you why the Patriots should have probably won last year. Um, the reason they didn't win was because number one, Bill Belichick overthinks himself, and number two, Edelman was hurt. Edelman was, that's Brady's number one guy. I don't care what you say about Gronk.
yeah,
Edelman is the number one
Edelman's
guy.
this guy.
He targets him all the time. As you saw in this game, he targeted him 10 times. He won MVP of the game. But yeah, like it, and the takeaways from the Rams, like that offense looked great all year long. And what does Bill Belichick do when offense is great? He takes them apart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Goff had no time to do anything. Looked terrible out there. But you know, when a game manager doesn't have his running back, that's what happens. You can't depend on these guys to win games for you when they don't have their main safety net, which is their running back. The defense played really good because they have defensive coordinator is I forgot the guy's name. He used to be the coach of the Cowboys when they had T.O.
I don't
No,
remember. Oh, Wade Phillips,
no,
you're talking about.
yeah,
Talking
Wade
about the Rams,
Phillips.
yeah.
So defense played really well. They were just shook that Sean McVay. He had a look on his face like he just got slapped.
Yeah, he
Nothing
didn't
he
know
could
what
do
to
about
do. He didn't know what to do with like Belichick is still the man. Like, Belichick does what he does. He takes away your best options, and in this case with Gurley not playing well and with Cooper Kupp out for the season, he doubled Woods all game and just said, "Well, you can try to beat me with Brandon Cooks if you want, but Brandon Cooks they did a good job on him. He had opportunities. He had 2 touchdown opportunities." And they knocked the
it. He
ball
knocked the
out
ball
of
out of his
right.
hands.
One of them they grabbed his arm, but but
The Patriots. I don't mean to. I'm not the type who just blame the refs on everything, but they were getting away with a lot of shit like yesterday.
I know they definitely got away with that one. I didn't see much of anything, and I know that first call in the first quarter when it was what they call um uh what happened when the guy when I was like it's the worst, that's a terrible call. What did they do? It was like a call where the guy, as soon as the guy called, they said it was like a defenseless receiver type of situation. As soon as the guy got the ball, as soon as he got the ball, he got tackled. And they said it was hitting a defenseless receiver. I'm like, well, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to give him a second? Like, here, go ahead, take 2 seconds to run, and then I'm gonna grab you. I don't understood that call. I didn't understand that one. Like, I was like, how is he defenseless? Like, he caught the ball, and you gotta tackle him. Like, he caught the ball, you gotta tackle him. I don't understand. Yeah. Like, when a guy catches the ball, you're supposed to tackle him. So I didn't understand what the call was. And so I'm like, I was really perplexed by that one. I was just like, I don't know what the hell's going on. But
oh, perplexed, that's a big word, man. That's
a word. But yeah, but either way, I was just like, all right, but that was early in the game. It didn't have no effect on the game, really. So I'm not tripping over it. They didn't score off of it. It was no big deal. So but yeah, the Brandon Cooks last one, the first one was a missed timing because he was open, and he had to wait for the ball. And then by the time he got the ball, that was in the first half still, I believe. When he got the ball, they caught up to him and hit him. So that was on the quarterback. The second one, he went up to try to catch it, and the guy grabbed his arm. So so by the time he's trying to catch it with one hand, you know what I mean, it was then they hit him. So it was like he couldn't get that one off. But yeah, so like at halftime it was like 3-0, and I'm like, oh my god, like what?
I thought it was 3-3 at halftime.
No, they didn't tie it up until the third quarter.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. What was you saying? So yeah, so they had 2 opportunities to score a touchdown, they couldn't. They did get a field goal in the third quarter to tie it up, and then I was feeling a lot better. I'm like, all right, it's at least it's tied up now. So like they're not gonna just go get shut out and then that's game over. So like somebody else is gonna have to score. So and that score didn't come until like 4 minutes left in the game, and
yeah, the Patriots just had a good time running. They were faking the pass. They weren't getting a lot in the passing game until like the end of the third quarter, but they were getting a lot in the run game.
And they were moving the ball a lot. They were controlling the ball. They just couldn't score, but they couldn't score. And they were getting, they would get like I said, one time they missed a field goal, one time they threw a pick. So they were getting down the field, but then the Rams defense would hold them down. Like the Rams, that's the best the Rams defense played all year, by the way. Like they were. Brady didn't have much time to throw, but Brady doesn't need a lot of time because he throws it fast anyway. So it was a couple of times where he had nobody to throw it to, so he did get sacked a couple times, and he did have to throw it away a couple times. But for the most part, he was feeling the pressure, so he would get rid of it fast, and he threw it. And by the way, there were some passes that he's just straight was like throwing at people's feet, and like I was just like, man. I was like, that. I guess that's the 40-year-old part of him, because like it was screenplays where he would throw him to the ground. I was like, damn, like the guy would literally be right in front of him, and he would throw it at his feet. I was like, damn, Brady, what's up with that? So I guess that's the age part.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's 41 years old, so that's gonna happen. But yeah, like Goff looked terrible out there. The entire offense of the Rams that looked great all season looked terrible.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to go back to the drawing board on this. They're still a young team, but do I think they're gonna make it again? Who knows? You know, like things change. You know, like these young teams that make it to the Super Bowl, it's kind of like, remember when Atlanta made? Oh, they're still young. They're gonna make it again. They got all this talent. They're not even get close.
Right. It's just not how it works in the NFL.
Yeah, it's not how it works. He got there. He may never see the game again.
Right.
But with the talent that they have, I think they'll make it. But who knows? Maybe someone else will make it next year.
Right. Somebody else may step up. Right. I think. I mean, I like Goff's chances of getting better. You know, I mean, I think for nice. Well, it's the second time in the playoffs. Last year, he was one and done. But this year, I think he took some strides. But he didn't look, like I said, like you said, he didn't look well in that game. But part of that was the pressure. Patriots shut down the run, and they was just pressuring the hell out of Goff. They definitely made them play like left-handed. Like he struggled, and he got sacked. You know, he got pressured a lot. So, you know, that's what it is. He's a young guy, and I already got the feeling that he struggles a little bit with pressure. Like he don't necessarily get happy feet, but he definitely wants to get it out. You know what I mean? Once he sees the pressure, so sometimes he struggles with that. He needs to work on that. But sometimes
he needs to work on getting Todd Gurley healthy. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, definitely that too. but he didn't start struggling. Ironically, he didn't start struggling until Cooper Kupp got hurt. That was his number one guy, like, to throw to. Gurley. I mean, we all know how great Gurley is. And Gurley is their best player, but his quarterback rating went down by 30 when Cooper Kupp got hurt. So
he doesn't strike me as the type of quarterback who can make guys better. You know, like he needs Todd Gurley to do well. You know what I'm saying? Like if you throw the ball with this guy, like I'm learning more and more about him as he goes along with his career. He's good, but if you use him to throw the ball 30, 40 times a game like they did last night, he's not going to win you the game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
at least not yet.
Especially if he doesn't have his guys. But yeah, like he's good, but he's no Patrick Mahomes.
No, nobody is. But Mahomes looks like the next Hall of Fame. They're going to be talking about, as of right now, it looks like they're going to be talking about, is he the greatest quarterback? Like, it's going to be hard to surpass Brady, that's for sure. I mean, nobody's going to surpass Brady.
That was my next point. Brady has 6 rings now. He's in Michael Jordan territory.
Yeah.
Like, people are already saying, what's more impressive, Michael Jordan's rings or Brady's? It's hard to say Michael Jordan. It's hard to say, oh, Michael Jordan's easy. No, it's not.
No, Brady's more impressive because it's harder to.
41.
He's doing it in football. It doesn't happen in football.
It's a tougher sport. Basketball.
Like, Bill Russell won.
How many dynasties have there been in basketball?
Bill Russell won more than Jordan.
So Russell won 11 in a row. It was easy to win in those.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? In football, how many dynasties do you really have?
None.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have, I'm talking about dynasties throughout the entire history. You got, like, the Pittsburgh, the Cowboys,
49ers, and the Patriots. And their dynasties, and think about it.
They have 2 separate dynasties.
But they're dynasties compared to football. You know what I mean? Basketball has true dynasties. because people literally do win back to back to back, and you know what I mean. And Jordan won what 6 out of 8 years, and you know what I mean. Those are real dynasties. Like football ones, a dynasty is winning 4 times in a decade. You know what I mean? So like basketball, a dynasty like their dynasties are 6 times to 8 times in a decade. You know what I mean? So football's dynasties are different. It's like they're harder. Like you gotta call.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There are not many of them. You know what I'm saying? Like and Brady was involved in 2 of his own dynasties. You know what I'm saying? Like he had dynasty in his first couple years where
then he went like 10 years without
3 out of 4 years, and then he
went 10 years without winning.
10 years to win another.
Now he went twice in between, but he lost 2. But
he lost.
Right, yeah. And then now he just won what 2 out of 3.
Just imagine if he would have won all. We have 9 championships.
Yeah, he'd have 9. Right, that's crazy. And he was, and the games were so close, he could have won all of them. You know what I mean? Yeah, they all went down to the last possession.
If he would have won 9 rings, there'd be no discussion anymore. There'd be no discussion about anything anymore because, like, they'd be so.
Football would suck. Football would suck even more. Like if he won all 9. Football would suck right now. Like
football would suck.
Think about how this season nobody was interested because as soon as Patriots got there, like this would have happened in the Atlanta Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like people would have stopped caring then. The one against Atlanta, people would have stopped caring then. They'd just been like, all right, because people were still interested. People thought Atlanta had a shot, and they did because they were beating the shit out of them last year. People thought they had a shot this year, even though they lost last year. People are thinking just like, all right, like that's it. Like people would have been disinterested 3 seasons ago. So now forget about it. If they make it again next year, nobody's gonna watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like that. Nobody's gonna care. You know what I mean? Like that. It'll be kind of like people want to see some parity. People say, "Oh, we don't want to see. We want to see a true dynasty." People don't want to see a true dynasty. People want to see parity.
Unless it's your team, nobody wants to see a dynasty. I don't want to see that. I want to see.
Unless it's my team. You know what I'm saying? But people do want to see excellence.
Right.
But as you start going on, you're getting older. People want to see new blood. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to see a 41-year-old dominate the sport.
I could go about 5 years and see it excellence. After that, it's like, all right, this has been going on for like 18 years.
if it's not my team, you know what I'm saying? Like you can see some guy who's like really like if Patty Mahomes is like if Brady just decided tomorrow, says you know what, I'm hanging it up, which he should because. I think he should retire after this because it's like, what's he gonna do? I mean, you can get 7, I guess. I mean, if he's still feeling good, he can do whatever he wants. But to be honest with you, like we're close to Brady's age. If it was me and you and we got 6 championships, wouldn't you want to go get 7?
Yeah, exactly. I would put it out of reach as much as I could. As long as I could play the game, I would play the game. Like I mean, because after this, your career's over at what 40. Like let's say he stays at 45. Your career's over at 45. The average person career's over at 60, 70 years old. You know what I mean? Like he still got a whole bunch of life to enjoy doing nothing. So it's like you might as well, as long as you can play. As long as you're feeling good and the way he take care of himself, I would just keep playing. Like why stop?
Yeah. When I put myself in his shoes, I'm like, I wouldn't stop. I'll keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you got Robert Kraft Days kiss on the lips. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff. So yeah, like we can talk about that.
Do we want to though?
We can talk about that.
That made me sick.
Like you just notice things about these guys when they get into their lives. Like when Tom Brady had that
Tom versus Tom.
Facebook, Tom versus Tom, you know, like he had his kids come up to him. He had his son come up to him and give him a kiss on the lips. He's like, "Hey, come on, boy, give me a kiss." I'm like,
and his kid did not want to do it. He's like, "It's bad enough I got to do this all the time. Now I got to do it on camera too."
Yeah, it's kind of weird. And plus, like, that's not the first time he did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of weird when you do it with your kids, but like years before that. Like when they were talking about his father passed away. Like he kissed his father on the lips.
Whose father passed away?
I think his
No. His father's alive.
No, his mother passed away. I'm sorry.
I don't even know, but I know his father's still alive. I do know that.
I remember he kissed his father. His father cupped his cheek like, "Come here, boy." He pushed his like he kissed him on the lips. That's the weirdest thing.
That is really weird to me, bro.
That's so weird. You know what I'm saying? Like I just okay, but then
I know that's not politically correct for people. That shit is weird, bro. That shit is weird.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, and when he kissed the owner, like, he got you into this shit.
I'm like, how does that even start? Like, I want to know how that. like Tom, easy. Like, how does that start?
Yeah, like we said the same thing about Isaiah Thomas and Magic Johnson.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
We got two black dudes from Chicago and Detroit.
Right, they're not even from the same place. I can see if like it was a culture from like this. I
know what culture it is.
But I'm like, how does this happen? Like, I could never imagine. Nah. I don't see a scenario where that happens. I'd be like, yo, I got a new thing we can start. And then you find somebody that's cool with it. I'd be like, oh, we're doing this?
You need to do a kiss. The first thing come was a fist.
I'm like, we doing this? Like, nah, we're not doing this. I'm like, how? How does it start? Like, I really need to know the answer to that question. Like, it's one thing you start that with your family. It's another thing to start that with people outside of your family. Like him and the owner.
Yeah, I know. Tom Brady and the owner, like Lil Wayne and Baby. Remember that?
Yeah, I'm like,
too. But they kissed the lip. Like, that was so weird.
This has to be some Illuminati shit, cause like this has to be something that is out there in the celebrity community that is making y'all do like, yo, if y'all want to keep making this money, this is what y'all gotta do. Like, why? Like, all right, let's move on because I didn't want to talk about it this long.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah, it really does. Right. I'm sorry, people, but that's just uncomfortable to me. I'm sorry. Anyway, all right, let's move on from that. So the commercial sucked.
The one commercial that was decent was the commercial with the 100-year NFL commercial. Did you see that one?
I think I missed. I got up a lot during the commerciol, so I missed a lot of stuff that everybody keep asking me if I saw.
That was a really good commercial.
I'll look it up.
All the old NFL players there, like Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, and they had like any of those Hall of Famers you could think of were there, and they were just throwing around the football and going through tables, and they had Odell Beckham.
Going through tables?
Yeah, they were like catching the ball and going through tables, and Joe Montana grabbed something. He was like, "Go." He was like, go where? Would go and I think Dion intercepted him, and then somebody tackled Dion through a table.
I gotta look that up. That does sound good.
Yeah, you gotta look up that commercial. You know what I'm saying? Like and then Peyton threw the ball, and it was all wobbly. He was like, in my arm.
Oh man, okay, I missed that one. And I kept hearing something about a SpongeBob and a Michael Bublé, something going on.
I looked really like briefly at the SpongeBob commercial, but then I got up and I think I took a dump. But
okay. The only one I remember, like that's right in the top of my head was the Bud Light one is mixed with Game of Thrones. That's the only one I could.
Yeah, the Bud Light one where the mountain smashed the guy's face.
Yeah,
like he did the Red Viper.
Yeah.
You see, I still remember the guys' names. All right.
Yeah, I don't remember names.
I cannot wait.
Yes, for real.
Cannot wait. I've been waiting for this for almost 2 years. I can't wait for that show to come back.
Yeah, I can't either. But that's the only commercial I can really remember. The rest of them, I don't really care. Like, to me, the commercial's been kind of whack for the past few years now. So with the exception of a few, there's always one or two of them. That's cool. But outside of that, most of them suck to me now anyway. So I don't really look forward to them anymore. I haven't looked forward to them for a while.
there was a commercial that really like confused me. It was just some dude just eating a Whopper, and I didn't know who it was. But then when I listened to a radio show this morning, that was Andy Warhol, who was dipping a Whopper in ketchup and eating it. I was like, am I supposed to know who that is?
Who's Andy Warhol?
Exactly. He's a really famous painter from like the 70s, and he's an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He died a long time ago though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he like died in the 80s.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, well, I guess it's an old commercial that you use, but why would I know him? Why would I care?
Yeah,
I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, I never heard of him.
I didn't know. I didn't know about looking at him. So Burger King screwed up with that one. The commercials were the first commercial that I saw. The first commercial that was even on the show was Serena Williams one.
I missed that one.
Huh?
I missed that one.
Yeah, that was the first commercial break. And then Serena Williams was like they showed like a young Serena Williams like playing playing tennis. And,
Same thing. So I missed that one. Yeah, I was either on my phone on Facebook or something, or I was just getting up doing stuff in between commercials. I kind of
wings.
It's funny, huh?
Wings?
No, I ate those wings before the first commercial came. I ate all my food before the first of many punts.
Yesterday was my little cheat day because I'm on a diet. We got Hawaiian pizza. It's pretty good.
You got pineapples and what?
Pineapples and ham.
Ham, yeah. Yeah, I haven't had a Hawaiian pizza in a long time, but commercials. And what did you think about the halftime show?
I didn't watch the halftime show.
Oh, okay.
I actually, what am I saying? I didn't watch it, but I was looking at it and not paying attention to it. I was completely dazed watching the show. And I saw Adam Levine come out with on Maroon 5. He doesn't. It seems like he's not really into his band.
Right.
Like he has no real connection to him. It's like Adam Levine and the Jobbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because it's funny because like I know of Maroon 5 and I like their songs or whatever, but when I saw Adam Levine and stuff, I was just like, all right. It felt like it was just him. Like I didn't know. Like I said. I guess he's the only singer in that group, huh? The rest of them is just a band. Yes, I didn't know. I just knew. I know I usually just hear one voice, huh?
Yeah, it's a rock band. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's one singer, then there's people who play instruments.
Right. They didn't even show them in the back. Like they didn't even show them really. Like they just showed him. So.
And if I was in this band, I'd do the same thing. Just play the music and get the checks.
But me personally, I like Maroon 5. Like I knew all the songs.
You're like what?
I knew all the songs. Like I didn't like as far as the performance itself, it was okay. I'm not tripping. Like a lot of people hated it, but a lot of people don't like. A lot of people don't like Maroon 5. I guess for whatever reason, people just don't like that type of music. People we know anyway. but I just happen to like them. So. Everybody was like, "Oh, the halftime show sucked." I like Big Boy came out in his Cadillac.
No Andre. I'm like, okay, he's there. I like the way he moves. That's a song from 15 years ago.
Because they said it was just gonna be Big Boy, so I knew it wasn't. I wondered too. I was like, well, why not Outkast? Why just him?
Yeah, they had him and the dude who was singing
Travis Scott.
They had Travis Scott. I
don't know his work.
These rappers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've heard of him, but I don't know his work. So it was just like, all right,
I'm not getting into him.
Right.
He played some song that's on my NBA 2K game. I automatically thought about turning my game on.
Yeah.
So,
the
halftime show wasn't really was cracked up to be, but I don't really watch the Super Bowl for the halftime show. I mean, I haven't been. People say, "Oh, Prince did such a great job." I'm like,
I don't remember. I don't. It's funny because I don't remember his performance. I don't remember when he did it.
You know what I'm saying? the first time he had the halftime performance was years ago. I was thinking I was over your house and I watched that Super Bowl. That was a long time ago, and then he did it again.
Yeah, I would imagine that he did a great job. Prince is a great performer. I've seen him in concert. He's the shit, but I just don't remember his Super Bowl. Like you. I don't watch him all the time. Sometimes somebody, I mean, if I'm not doing anything in particular, I may sit there and watch it. But usually I get up and stuff at halftime and whatever. But this time I watched it. Sometimes I watch. Sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with who's on at all. It's just a matter of what am I doing when halftime comes. You know what I mean? Like this time.
Yeah, that's the thing. The last halftime show that was great was the one where I saw a titty. You know what I'm saying? That was a great halftime. And that was my favorite. It's always
that's can't go wrong with that. But
titties at halftime. That was
awesome. you see what my coworker put? He was like, they had titties at this halftime.
Adam Levine titties.
Exactly. But so that's basically about that. But as far as the game itself, the game sucked. The punter was on par to be MVP for a minute because the Patriots punter, I forgot his name, but he was crushed. Yeah, everything was inside the 5 or inside the 10. I was like, damn, this dude's killing it right now. I was like, that's another reason why the Rams couldn't get nothing going, because they always starting at their own 10, at their own 5, their own 3, their own 2. I was like, damn. So if Edelman didn't have 10 catches, they would have had to give it to the punter. Like there would have been nobody else to give it to because nobody else played well. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Like the Patriots left a lot of points on the board in the first half. We talked about that. You said that the Brady gave a fist bump to the ref. I didn't see that.
Beginning of the game. I think he does it just to troll people.
Probably,
you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with you having affection for the refs or being cool to refs.
Right.
He does it to troll people.
It's just, it just gives people more reason to talk shit about him being a cheater.
Yeah. At this point, he
doesn't care. Right, he don't give a shit.
Before we get too tired, let's move on from the Super Bowl and talk about the other big story, which has to do with our team.
Yep.
It has to do with the New York Knickerbockers. Okay, I was actually out of town at the time. I was across the country in San Diego while you were in the deep cold here in Northeast.
Let's not even talk about
that. I felt bad, but not too bad. I mean, I was looking at it on my phone, but then I was just saying, you know what I'm saying? I was outside.
Those are the breaks.
I was like, oh well. I'm feeding the pool. Like,
let me go get me a taco from this taco stand.
Yeah, like when I was in training and I saw on my phone that the Knicks met with Porzingis. You know, the Porzingis met with the management, and they wanted to discuss how he's. Like how he feels about the team. Then he left the meeting saying that he didn't want to be there, and within 30 minutes he was gone.
It's
they traded him to Dallas for Dennis Smith Jr., the guy we should have drafted 2 years ago, Wes Matthews, DeAndre Jordan, and 2 first-round picks. One from 2021 and it's not protected, and one from 2023.
That is protected, and they also sent Tim Hardaway and Courtney Lee and Trey Burke.
Yeah, and if you look at their faces at the press conference that they introduced them as Mavericks, they look like so upset. They don't want to be there.
But they'll be all right. They're gonna be all right though. Like
I'm thinking they're gonna be like I've never seen.
They're in a much better situation.
I've never seen people upset to be leaving a 10-win team.
Yeah, they're gonna be all right. They're gonna be in a better situation. They're gonna like next year. Dallas is gonna be the shit. and Tim Hardaway should look a lot better.
Right now, you're saying that, but at the time, okay, our reaction at the time was one of panic because of all the things that we've done with the Knicks franchise. We're both two Knicks fans. The one thing that the Knicks franchise has done the past 20 years that's been good was draft Porzingis.
Right.
All right? Because when he was drafted, the day he was drafted, people hated it because we wanted Justice Winslow. Look, he's doing nothing down there in Miami. But yeah, like this guy turned out to be the second best player in that draft.
Mm-hmm.
He played really well, but he's been hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like his first year he was fine. Second year he missed like 30 games. Third year he missed.
Well, remember even his first year he started the season hurt. He didn't play preseason.
Yeah. His first season he missed. I think he played 77 games, and he played like 50 some odd games and 40 some odd games. Then last year he didn't play at all.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, I mean I've been so into hearing every little story about what happened and who said what. And Porzingis is on Instagram and he's saying. He's doing cryptic messages talking about Knicks fans. The real story is going to come out. Nobody can want to hear about it. Nobody wants to hear from you anymore. All you had to do was just sit back and just relax. It's a tanking season. You know it's a tanking season. Like I'm not sure if you're smart to understand that it's a tanking season, but we're tanking too. We're going to put some people around you. Don't worry about it. But he said, well. I'm tired of the losing culture. You're not playing, you fucking. Oh my God, this guy.
And by the way, he's not going to play this year with Dallas either. They already said that he's not going to play this year.
Yeah, because guess what? That's why. Like he was saying. Remember, he was saying maybe in December. They're saying like, "Oh, he's running and he's doing this." He is still hurt. He had to have a physical. He is still hurt.
Yeah.
He wouldn't play anyway.
Right.
So they're not going to play this season. He's not going to play this season. But the Matt, you know, what I'm saying, like I understand what you said. That lineup looks good with they have Porzingis and they have
some Hardaway, Luka Doncic.
They got Luka Doncic out there who's going to feed him. You know, like they have a culture where they out there in Dallas where they they had a European player, so. Automatically, the perception is they do really good with European players. Like, no, they just drafted.
Right, they just got good players. They're just good players, so they drafted them.
Yeah, they drafted one. So yeah, he's gone, and now all this stuff is coming out of the woodwork about his brother who's an agent. His brother's an agent.
I don't know he's an agent.
His brother, and apparently his brother's a pain in the ass.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, his brother's a pain in the ass. He was acting as if he was one of the best players in the league. Mm. He was making all these demands. The Knicks better be happy that they have me, and I won't commit to a long-term deal. Like, why are you acting like you've proven nothing?
Right.
You've proven nothing. I mean, I remember us having this conversation, me and you having this conversation a few years ago about Porzingis, about his knees. We don't know how good he's going to be with his knees, if he's going to stay injured, and we were worried about that. I'm not sure. Remember, we both said if we weren't sure we should give him that max deal.
Right.
So now Dallas has to give him a max deal.
Yeah, or they basically just gave away their future for nothing. like. They don't have no first round pick next year, this year,
first round pick or 5 years.
Yeah, they're screwed. So they don't. There's nothing that they this has to work. Like Porzingis has to work for them. Now us on the other hand, initially I was so confused and didn't understand mind you, this was before they said that we were getting 2 first round picks. So I was like, what the fuck did they just do? And I'm like, how is this better for us? Like, we just we got rid of all these contracts and we got money to spend, but I'm like, nobody wants to come here. Like, I still don't know how free agency is gonna work out for us. The word is Durant wants to come. The word is Kyrie wants to come. Now the word is AD wants to come.
There isn't the word about Kyrie coming. Kyrie. Kyrie said beginning of the season that he was going to re-sign with Boston. He did. He said in the middle of the court. Mm-hmm. He had a microphone I'm gonna resign with Boston. I love it here. Then they come up to him. He was like, "Oh, you still gonna resign with Boston? I don't owe anybody shit."
Yeah. Nah, I mean, just because he's not going to resign with Boston, probably doesn't mean he's definitely coming to the Knicks either. A lot of stuff can happen between now and
To
then.
be honest, like there's no other team I would see him wanting to go to. He's from the area. He likes it here. He likes it up here. He spends a lot of time here. Like unless he like pulls a fast one and goes to like the Clippers or something like that.
Or even, and don't sleep on the Lakers situation, because word is that he may want to hook back up with LeBron, even though if I'm not mistaken, Chris Broussard said that he doesn't, and I trust his word.
Well, yeah, Chris Broussard says it, then I believe it.
Yeah.
He doesn't like, and I don't think the Lakers are looking at him. I think the Lakers are just looking at Anthony Davis, and we'll get to him in a minute, because they already have Lonzo, and they're gonna move heaven and earth just to get Anthony Davis.
Right.
And they're not gonna have a point guard after that. So
then they'll start looking at Kyrie.
Who knows what happens? That I don't know if they have 3 max spots. Even if they move all the players, I don't know if they have the money for another third player who's gonna want a max deal. I don't think anybody does.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they do, because they're paying LeBron. They're gonna be paying Anthony Davis. Kyrie would have to take a pay cut.
I mean, if they get all 3, they can't sign anybody else.
Right, and he's gonna want a long-term deal the way he gets hurt. So there's no reason for him to take a 1-year discount, because he needs a long-term contract because he gets hurt. So
and plus he already has a ring, so it's not like, I want to do just get a ring. He has one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I really like, and I'm being pessimistic. I don't see like KD going to any other team but the Knicks. I don't see it. Like, I'm trying to see, like, there's a possibility of Brooklyn. There's definitely a possibility. But when you talk about being able to offer KD the world, plus you have to take in mind that we do have a top 5 pick right now.
Right.
So
there's 2 things I want to look at, though. Like, 'cause as far as Brooklyn goes, free agents really should look into them, because I mean, I hope they don't, but free agents would be smart to look into them. They're well coached. They're going to be a playoff team, and they have money to spend. So it's like, you can go there, and they already seem to have some good role players, obviously, because they're going to be a playoff team with a bunch of role players and D'Angelo Russell, and their best. By the way, their leading scorer is still hurt with that dislocated ankle. So they're doing this without
Karis LeVert.
Yeah, he was their best player before he got hurt.
He's a leading scorer.
He was their leading scorer.
How much was he averaging?
I don't remember how much it was, but at the time when he got hurt, he was their leading scorer.
I thought that D'Angelo Russell was.
Well, he is now.
He averaged like 20. Isn't he average like 26 points a game or something like that?
I don't know how much he's averaging, but at the time, LeVert was their leading scorer. I do know that. So Russell's average had to go up, and plus Dinwiddie is he's a pretty solid player, and like they got some bunch of guys that nobody knows.
I think Dinwiddie actually plays the point, so I'm not sure he's going to want to stick around for too much longer playing behind somebody who's young as well,
right? Who's better than him?
Yeah, who's a lot better, but he could actually start for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
So who knows what's going to happen in that situation? But with Dallas, they took on two bad contracts. Tim Hardaway's contract, it's not bad, but it's long term. You know, he's going to be paying him for the next couple seasons.
Yeah, he's got two more years after this on his contract. Courtney Lee, I think, has 1 more year after this.
Yes, 1 more year. Yeah.
And I mean, but they're players that'll be productive for them. Like, especially Tim Hardaway. Like Courtney Lee, I don't know how much Courtney Lee has left, but he was productive for us before he got that neck injury, and he was a very high percentage shooter. So he can be used, and he's an okay defender. He can be used, and especially on a good team. Rick Carlisle's a good coach. They got 2 star players now, Now they'll look a lot better with 2-star players on their team and really good coaching. Like Dallas should be a playoff team next year, barring injuries. You know what I mean? So, as far as Dallas goes, like we said, though, they have to resign Porzingis. They basically got to give him that long-term deal. But the near future is pretty good for them. They just don't have no draft picks, so they gotta do everything through trades and free agency.
Yeah, and they don't have a lot of money either on the cap. You know what I'm saying? That for the next couple of years, so they're gonna have to do a lot of trading.
They're gonna have to hope Tim Hardaway becomes a higher percentage shooter.
Well, he's gonna be a third.
He's gonna score.
About Tim Hardaway?
Right. If he's your third option, then he can be solid. He can be really good. He's your first or second option, then that means your team sucks.
if he's your first option, you win 10 games.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, like he's gonna be a third option, and his percentage should go up because he's gonna get better looks, and he's gonna take less shots.
He's not gonna have to create anymore.
Right,
which is a good thing.
Right, he's gonna get some plenty of good looks. And he's going to be under a really good system because Carlisle's one of the best coaches. He's just been on a bad team the past few years. So,
and as far as the players that the Knicks got, I'm really looking forward to seeing. Well, I saw a little bit of Dennis Smith Jr., but he's a point guard playing, and he's a point guard playing in a brand new system. Coach Fitzgerald said that that's right. I said Fitzgerald. Coach Fitzgerald says that he's going to run the guy. So we're going to see what he has in him. Like I said, like we've had conversations about this earlier. Now, if everything works out the way the Knicks wanted to work out, which is a rarity, that means that we would have Kyrie Irving, we will have Kevin Durant, and we will have Zion Williamson, number 1 overall pick in the draft. So basically the Knicks lineup would be Mitchell Robinson, Zion Williamson, Kevin Durant, either Trier or Dotson, and Kyrie. And Kyrie. And off the bench, we'd have Dennis Smith Jr. and Kevin Knox. I'm not sure how long they would want to play on the bench for, but since they're on a winning team, right, you can probably convince them, hey, they'll
stay until they become free agents, right?
Yeah, they're on rookie contracts,
and they'll both be restricted.
Yeah, so they can actually be moved, but they'll believe me, those two will get lots of playing time. So just because you're not starting the game doesn't mean you won't get a lot of playing time. They will,
right?
And I think that Kevin Knox won't mind it at all. It's just the way he's
just laid back.
You see, he's so laid back. He doesn't really matter. Plus, he's gonna be winning champion. Like, to be honest, if that happens, we're winning championships. Like, I don't think there's anyone who could stop us if we do that. If we have that type of lineup, even if Anthony Davis decides to go to the Lakers, I feel confident with our shots at beating the Lakers. If we with LeBron, Anthony Davis going up against LeBron, I feel confident of beating them. Who knows what they'll do? But if he goes to the Clippers, then I feel a little bit squeamish about that. You know, like that'll be our competition. If Anthony Davis and Cotton,
two dominant two-way players on one team,
on one team with a great coach, not just a great coach, a great coach,
right? Yeah, the Clippers. Because we keep forgetting Doc Rivers is over there.
You know what I'm saying? They have a good point guard with that shy guy, whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm. Patrick Beverly off the bench.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly on the bench. They still have
Lou Williams and Gallo and Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris is probably
gone. Guy. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he's gone. He will be. He will be gone.
Okay.
Like, because I believe he's gonna be a free agent. Either that, or but once they get Kawhi Leonard, Tobias Harris, they're gonna have to. Even if he's not a free agent, they're probably gonna move.
Well, Tobias Harris plays power forward. He didn't play small.
Oh, he's power forward?
Yeah, he played power forward the past like 3 or 4 seasons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I guess. I mean, yeah, okay. Well, that worked. Then I guess Gallo would probably get moved to the bench.
And Gallo, like he's never there anyway.
Right. He's always right. Right.
So Gallo would be gone. Gallo would be gone. You know what I'm saying? So that lineup would be Shy. The new rookie that they have a young guy, a shooting guard. His name is Robinson.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They have him as shooting guard. They have Kawhi. Then Anthony Davis will play his natural position because right now he's playing center because they have Julius Randle out there playing power forward.
He might still play center though, and keep Tobias Harris at power forward.
Yeah, I mean they can do either or. It doesn't matter. Yeah. But they be our competition, and think about that. Think about New York, LA for a championship.
Think about LA in the in the Western Conference. Nah, go to stay still there.
They will. Who would they make it with? They don't have anybody.
Who don't have anybody?
If the Lakers strike out, they don't have anybody but LeBron.
Right, because that LeBron just might be enough for them to get that far, not to the finals, but.
Somebody has to step up on that team, and his name rhymes with Lonzo Ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron has to give over the reins to this guy and have him lead the offense. Like, he's gonna have to play more of a traditional role.
I don't think I don't think he can. I thought maybe he could, but he's going right back into doing what he does. Like, I don't think LeBron can play any other way. Like, he's got to have the ball. He's got to control, especially this team that looked so bad when he was out. They went from 3rd to 9th, and now they got to get caught up again because they were like 9-10 games over 500. Now they're like 2 games under. So like
and there's mutiny. I think that's the culture of LeBron because back before he joined the team, Luke Walton was doing an okay job for a guy who just became a coach, just learning the job. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to learn what guys belong here. But then you got LeBron and it's win now, so we gotta get this guy out of here. It doesn't matter. I want to get my guy. But who's to say that your guy is any better? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not work with Luke Walton while he's already there? You know what I'm saying? You're going to get somebody who has no experience any fucking way. Why not work with a guy who has no experience right there?
Right.
It's not like Luke Walton sucked his ways.
Right. He was on a championship team. He was an assistant on a championship team.
Who would you get? Who else are you going to get? You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron's going to put his stamp on that team. Who else are you going to get? You're going to get Ty Lue. He ain't coaching anywhere.
Right. Well.
David Blatt? That'd be crazy.
No, that'd be crazy. I mean, I heard like before the season started when he was trying to, when he got there, they was trying to get Luke Walton. They said Mark Jackson's name came up, which would be a better option, but probably, but it was another name I can't remember. It was Mark Jackson or somebody else. I can't remember what the other name was, but I guess Mark Jackson would be a better option
Would he?
I think so. I mean, I still don't see why he's not getting another opportunity somewhere. You know what I mean?
Well, he's an assistant coach of the Clippers.
Mark Jackson?
No, Woody. You talking about Woody?
Oh, I didn't hear Woody. I don't know. I don't know. That wouldn't be a bad option either. I mean, like he's been a successful head coach, but I don't think he's.
Did LeBron be all aggressive and do a technical foul? Because Mike Woodson's teams are just aggressive and do a lot of tech.
Well, you're talking about the season we had, right? Well, but it was the personalities we had too. We had Rashid, we had Kenyon Martin, we had, like it was the guys that we had. Like that was bad. That was gonna happen. So it wasn't so much Mark. I mean, I'm sure he played a part in it because Mike Woodson be going hard too. Like he'd be cursing out the refs. He'd be like, "Yo, what?" Like he'd be getting all animated. But Fizdale kind of gets animated like that too. I don't think he'd be cursing like that though. But but he gets animated on the sidelines too.
Yeah, Fizdale, he's the way he be talking, he's so West Coast. It was like, yeah, I went to the store, man. That's what they started.
I like our coach, man. I hope it works out, man. Like, we'll see what happens if we get some cap.
I like him as a person.
As a person, right? Right. Like, I hope it works.
It's not like he's a bad coach. I want to see him with a good team, and plus, like even with that whole thing with Porzingis, he even called Porzingis on the phone, and he said, "I'm sorry, I didn't get to coach you."
Right,
You know what I'm
right, right.
saying? So, and Porzingis was like, "Oh, it's all right. I've been burying the Knicks all throughout the entire league, telling nobody to come here. Like, who does that? Who does that?
That's terrible.
Like, why? What? Who pissed you off so much with the Knicks? Where
That you would sabotage your own
where
goddamn
you
team.
sabotage your own future for what? Like, why would you do that? Like, he's going around telling people that, like, okay, Phil Jackson pissed you off 2 seasons ago. He's
Right,
gone. You
right. Like
win.
we did exactly what you wanted. We got rid of the guy that you did not like.
Yeah. So now he's like, oh, I don't like the way you treated Carmelo. Carmelo's gone too. Like, Carmelo's
Right,
not worried about the Knicks.
right. But like, it's one thing like you feel how you feel about Melo, but once you see all the other things that transpired after he left, you should be like, all right, well, they did the right thing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Carmelo's
how many
done.
teams have gotten rid of Melo since we got rid of him?
Right, Carmelo's
We want
done.
to keep
So it's
on
not
doing
it's
why?
not like we're the only team that thought this way about Melo. Like
It's business.
we're
You know
not
what I'm
even the
saying? Like,
first team to think
business.
that way about him. Denver thought this way about him. Like Josh Carl thought this way about him. So we're not even the first team. So like at this point it's like, all right, you got to know that we did the right thing. That the Knicks did the right thing on that. Come on now, like, but you know what?
Yeah. And also he's talking about the thing we're not playing Ennis Cantor. I'm like, all right, well, you know what you should do for Ennis Cantor, since Ennis Cantor can't seem to he doesn't seem to keep his mouth shut on the damn bench. And that's another reason why Erdogan wants him fucking dead. Just keep your fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, really.
All right. That's if you think so highly of Ennis Cantor, why don't you ask your team to go
Ask
pick
Mark
him
Cuban
up?
to sign him, right? Ask Mark Cuban to trade
Ask your
for
team
him.
to go pick up the guy and see
Um,
and see how everyone just pick and rolls right through the
exactly. You gonna have to help him out a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of teams. I was reading something today. A lot of teams want Wesley Matthews. They like so.
Yeah, a lot of teams want Wesley Matthews. Like, I saw like 8 teams want him.
Yeah, but they're hoping that we just go ahead and cut him, but we should just trade him. Like,
nah, trade him.
even if you just get second round picks for him, just trade him.
That's right. Yeah, he played really good yesterday.
Yeah.
He played pretty decent. He didn't get a lot of minutes because they put Dotson. Like I think that I think Fizdale likes Dotson a lot.
Yeah.
He plays him a lot over Trier.
I like Dotson. I like Dotson.
Trier. I like Trier more.
I like them both a lot. I think if we're gonna move on to getting all these free agents, we should definitely keep those two guys. They're not worth a lot. They're solid players. Keep them both. They could be our starting and our backup shooting guards. Like because we're gonna need some bargain guys if these things happen for the Knicks. Then we're gonna need guys like them that aren't worth anything at the moment. So yeah, I don't know. Like they should just trade both of them. Just try to, like I said, even if you just get second round picks for them, just try to get like second round picks if you can't get nothing. Because now like everybody know that we want to cut them, so they just waiting. But like,
they're just waiting for us to cut him. So they, you know what I'm saying. Even though like maybe
because the deadline is but the deadline is like this week. The trading deadline is like this, like Thursday. So they're like, all right, well, they're not.
They're trying to make. Well, that team just wants to have him. You know what I'm saying? Whoever team wants to have him now, so they can possibly make a run. You know what I'm saying? As far as he goes, I think we should trade him for like maybe a second round pick or something like that. But DeAndre Jordan, a lot of people are saying maybe we should keep DeAndre. No, don't keep him.
Nah.
He's the number one. He's still 30. You know what I'm saying? Like he's on a demand. Like he's too good to play on the team. Wanting with the veterans minimum because he's not gonna be one of our free agents that we're gonna keep. You know what I'm saying?
They should probably keep it for the rest of the year just to help Mitchell Robinson along.
Yeah, I don't mind keeping.
Don't cut. That's what they should do. They should not cut him. I mean, unless somebody comes up with some kind of deal before the deadline, I would just keep him for the rest of the season and help him. Maybe he can help Mitchell Robinson along for the rest of the season. Even if he's going to take away minutes from him, but
he was already doing that yesterday.
Right. He's taking away minutes from him, but you might, but still, just go. But That's okay. Mitchell Robinson can sit for a little longer for the rest of this year because next year he's going to be the starter anyway. So you should let DeAndre Jordan stick to him for the rest. Like, just be like, yo, this is your new roommate. This is your new guy for the road. Stick with him for the rest of the season and help because they're the same type of player. So just let him groom him as much as he can in these next few months. And then, let DeAndre Jordan go on his merry old way.
Yeah, DeAndre Jordan, he's going to sign probably. He's going to probably. I'm thinking he should sign with the Nets. Even though they already have Jared Allen.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know his name. I know his name is Allen.
Yes,
not Jared.
Or Malik Allen. Malik Allen sounds right to me. I don't know.
No, Malik Allen's like a shooting guard.
Oh, okay. So I think it is Jared Allen. Then I think it is Jared Allen. I don't know.
The center with the fro.
Yeah, that guy.
He's pretty decent, but DeAndre Jordan is just that better. He's just that much better.
Yeah.
If I have no idea, like next year. I was thinking like maybe we should calm down, but there's no free agents coming out next year, or the year after, the year after.
Right, right. After this season, it's gonna be dry for a little while.
Slows down all time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So we're not gonna be going through this again for a very long time. Probably a few years. Probably not for another 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like who knows?
Well, no, it's gonna. I'm sure somebody's gonna. There's gonna be one or two guys emerge that's tired of being on their team. Because even if it's not free agents, there's gonna be somebody that demands a trade like AD just did, or like that. That happens every year. It seems now somebody doesn't want to play out their contract.
You're not get that talent. You don't get that level of talent. Like who else is out there? You know what I'm saying? Like the one young guy who could demand a trade just got it, and that was Porzingis. You know what I'm saying? What's he going to demand another one?
Right after Anthony Davis does. Yes, I can't see it. I mean, who knows? Maybe Minnesota's young players might start wanting out because they're going in the wrong direction.
But that's the thing. Like if you're Minnesota and you got Karl-Anthony Towns and you got 2 number 1 picks on that team. Actually, you got 3 number picks. You got Derrick Rose too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So, you got the two young guys who are new. I want to play with better players. I'm like, you got number 1 pick right there.
Right, like y'all shouldn't be struggling. Like,
so, you know what I'm saying. Like, y'all should be balling right now. Like
now they got to find another coach next year because they fired Thibodeau.
Find an offensive minded coach. They need to score points. You know what I'm saying. You got too much talent to not score points.
Right. They need to find out who the best guy is on like San Antonio's staff and just get that guy.
And just sign him and do whatever James Harden's doing. Sign
Becky Hammond. get Becky Hammond. She's gonna get an opportunity soon.
Yeah, why not?
But I think it should be another couple years from now though. She just became an assistant last season, so it shouldn't be like right away. Maybe another year or two. Huh?
Who's she assistant with?
San Antonio. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So like give her a year or two. Like people who's already like this whole movement was starting to build. It died, but it was a little bit of movement for her to become a head coach this past off season. I'm like, calm down. Like she just became an assistant. Like calm down, all right. Like let her learn a little bit more. Let her, you know how many coaches go through like years of being an assistant before they make it. Like
literally like years and years and years.
Yeah, I'm like calm down. Like she wasn't an NBA player. She was a WNBA player. So calm down. Let her get acclimated with the NBA. She'll get an opportunity if she deserves it. Like right. Calm down.
Right. And before I forget, speaking of, let's do an MVP watch. Okay, James Harden wins the MVP.
Yeah, he just took that right from Giannis already. Giannis, we thought was going to be the MVP, but James Harden is crushing it.
James Harden is playing. I've never seen this type like before. Like it seems like every year he does something more crazier. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Remember when they put him at point guard, and the dude averaged 28 and 11. Like, he was the best point guard in the league.
Yeah, remember when he started doing the moonwalk? Now he does the moonwalk. so that's what made him a better offensive player, because he's allowed to do the moonwalk while playing basketball.
Yeah, like this guy, this guy actually, like, he averages 36 and 8. 36 and 8. Like, Michael Jordan never did that. Like, and I would say this guy's the most dominant. He's the most dominant offensive player ever, because he has the most unbeatable move.
Right. Yeah. It went from a step back, now it's a double step back. Next year he'll be doing like the Diddy Bop. He'll be doing that shit that Puffy be doing in his videos just to get open. I'm like, why y'all allowing this? Come on now, like, stop allowing this bullshit. Let's stop it.
Yeah, right now, James Harden is averaging 37.5 points a game. No, 36 points, 36.3. He's averaging 37 minutes a game, which means he's playing almost the entire game.
Right. Now, Chris Paul is back now, so we'll see what happens once Chris Paul gets his legs under him. If he's going to be scoring like volume like crazy like that again, but Chris Paul might be done too, so he might still have to do it.
Yeah. Like I just looked up James Harden, and he actually said that playing big minutes is not really tiring him out. I'm like, yeah, okay, it is.
Well, it will. Wait till playoff time, because he ain't gonna have nothing left.
Yeah, you have nothing left, and then you have to do way more step backs in order to
exactly.
You know what they should do with him? They should play zone on him. They should have somebody guarding him in the space and guard him right behind his back. right at that corner three. They should have somebody right behind him.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think zone will work. Zone, he's too good of a shooter.
They can play a kind of a zone. Well, I'm talking about they got somebody guarding him in his face, but they have somebody behind him
at all times.
Or somebody behind him. So when he does that little step back,
he run right into somebody. Then I'll still call a foul. They'll just call a foul on that guy. Or that guy behind him. Like, I was just standing. Well, yeah, you can't win. You just can't. Like, as long as he gets to do that bullshit, you can't win.
Yeah, I told you a story the other day. I was watching one of the Inside the NBA shows. They have Scottie Pippen, who's on the show now, and he was. They were discussing James Harden, with Scottie Pippen and Paul Pierce, and Paul Pierce basically said, he was like, okay, if I used to do a step back when I played, when I got older, because I didn't have any more speed to go around the guy. So, but he's like, but there's nothing for me to do when I do a double step back like he does. It's like, right. I can't defend that.
Right. Like,
there's no way I can make up that type of space before he shoots.
Yeah.
So
the other day he did a crossover and then did that step back. I was like, yo, like, if you're allowed to cross somebody over and then just run backwards, like, how is that not, like, I don't, like, it's one thing to let star players get away with a little thing here and there.
Star players get that one move, like Allen Iverson always had to carry.
Right.
Like, if this is the move that they give him, like, if they never going to call for him, then he'll break every fucking record.
Yeah, like, come on, like that's the problem. Like we said though, he's gonna be burnt out by playoff time with the minutes that he gets and the volume that of usage that he has. So we ain't gonna never have to worry about him winning no championship until they get a bench. Like, until they get a bench and he can sit out, get breathing time to rest. He's never gonna win a championship because he's gonna get burnt out by playoff time every single time. Like, it already happens. That's what D'Antoni team. That's why D'Antoni teams don't win, because like last year they played defense and they had a little bit of a bench. So and they had Chris Paul healthy up until the last two games. So it worked. Like, they had a real shot last year, but their team isn't as good this year. So he has to carry the load more. Chris Paul's not as good this year. So they're done. They're not, like, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be really good. They may even still get to the conference finals again, because in the end it's just Golden State. Like, maybe the Lakers. I don't know. Lakers were looking really good before the LeBron injury, so we still don't know how good they are yet. But I don't think they're better than Houston. as of right now. I don't know if they can beat Houston. So Houston will probably still get to the conference finals, but they're not gonna be as competitive as they were last year against the Warriors.
No, they're not. I think last season was the season that he pretty much blew his load when it comes to like competing for a championship. Now he's just doing everything and just to win MVPs.
And Chris Paul, before the injury, before he got hurt this year, was a shell of himself. So imagine after the injury.
Chris Paul is done.
Yeah.
I think that he should retire. I think he should get right into coaching. Chris Paul will probably be a really good coach. I say it because I say it about all point guards.
Yeah, and they said, and now as far as Chris Paul, like, because he's like the president of the Players Association, and I was hearing that that a lot of players don't like him.
Well, a lot of players don't like him because.
Did we talk about this on the podcast before?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But you can discuss that.
like they say he's too. Oh, Kenyon Martin was on Colin Cowherd a few months ago. Now he was asking about Chris Paul. He was like, yeah. He was like, he's political. He was like, he's a politician. That's what he said. He was like, Chris Paul's a politician. He was like, what do you mean by that? He was like, yeah, he's a leader on the court and this and that, great player. And then you see him over here talking to management, and you see him coming out of management's front office. he was like, he's a politician, man. He was like, so he didn't want to outright say that he don't like him, but you could tell he ain't feeling him either. The stuff he was saying, like he ain't outright said like, yeah, I don't like that dude, but he was like, yeah, that's why players don't like him. That's what he said. He was like, he's a politician, man. So I was like, okay, well, I've been hearing that, like, he rubs players the wrong way for years since the Clipper days. So now I see what. Now I understand why.
Yeah. I heard that too. Like Blake Griffin didn't want to say anything, and what you called? Somebody said that. Yeah, does he blame everyone else and not take responsibility? And they just shake their head like, because he's part of players union, they shake their head like,
right. They was like, that's not true.
Yeah, that's about right.
They was like, nah, he don't do that. But yeah, we gotta wrap this up. I don't know how many minutes we are because I don't have the clock in front of me no more like I used to do with the GoPro camera, but we got to be past the hour. So we'll wrap it up.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, something like that. But all right, y'all, we will see you next week. I don't know what we're going to I guess we'll be talking about the All-Star game because the football season is over.
All-Star game, and I guess, what we're going to do? We're going to start our lists again. All
right, we're going to do our top 10s.
We're going to get prepared for our 1 year anniversary of What the Hell Are You Talking About in March?
Last week of March, yep.
Last week of March, yep. It's going to be the 1 year anniversary of What the Hell Are You Talking About. I thought the podcast was taking off back in October. We had like 10,000 listeners. Back to 5,000.
We're back to like 100.
I guess a Russian boss said fuck it.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, y'all. See y'all next week.
Yeah.